guys yet this morning?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've had a good meeting this morning, good practice, so trying to figure things out. You know, we have 12 goals that we try to attain. We attained one of them. So you attain one out of the 12 goals, it's ends up not being for a good night. And you know, like I said after the game, after watching it, I saw the same thing. I didn't like our energy, didn't like our efforts, and like I said, that starts with me. So you know, we had a good spirited practice today and competed hard, and we're going to need that going into a place like Cincinnati. They're coming off a loss, and you know, they don't lose at home very often, if ever. So we got that to start with, and then Ohio State on the weekend. So two outstanding teams.
What was the goal you attained?
Three-point field goals attempted, which that's not like one of the primary goals that we want to attain. But our offensive efficiency didn't get attained. Our defensive efficiency didn't get attained, and none of our special, what we consider like a football term, special teams, transition, OBs, out of timeouts, none of that got attained. Free throws, you know, so very discouraging.
What are you going to do about the free throws?
Just you gotta get in the gym. You gotta keep practicing them. You know, and that starts with the guys doing that. You know, on their days off. You know, that's a volunteer day. You know, we can't do anything there. So days off, they gotta get in the gym, and then when it's a practice day, they gotta get in extra. We're putting more and more pressure on them in practices now with free throws, and you know, that's a vital part to our offense. And I think part of our efficiency offensively right now is being affected by the free throw line. You go 12 for 28 at home in particular, that's disturbing. As poorly as we played, we still win that game if we just make foul shots. At a 50% clip, we'd win that game. So it's a mental thing, it's a toughness thing, but it's a free shot. You know, it should not be that difficult of a shot.
What's your practice free throw? How do you go about doing this?
Well, we shoot them. A lot of times it'll be before practice, after practice, and then during practice. As we segment our practice, we break up things within practice by shooting free throws. So today we had, you know, for instance, today was the 4 guys that are below 60% at their own goal. The other 6 guys, 2 to a goal. And we shoot 25 4 times during the day, so it's 100 free throws each, and they got to make a certain amount. You know, so it's things like that, from pressure free throws to, you know, we vary day to day, probably practice to practice, but they're getting plenty of them up. And then, like I said, if you don't feel like you've gotten enough in, then as an individual, you got to get in and you got to practice foul shooting. It's not just going to happen. You got to get in and put the work in.
What are kind of the challenges at Cincinnati?
Well, one, very difficult place to play. It has been over the years. I took a New Mexico team in there and won, and then we beat them in the NCAA tournament, and then they got us in here last year, and now we go back to their place. So I've played them a lot over the last 7-8 years, and got a lot of respect for Coach Cronin. He does a really good job. Got a great culture there of just how hard they play and compete, and they're coming off a loss like we are, so it's a very dangerous team that becomes even more dangerous. Outstanding defensively, not good, outstanding, and outstanding on the glass. Obviously a very, very good basketball team, but I think they're outstanding in 2 areas, and that's how they defend and that's how they rebound.
How do you attack their defense with the half-court offense?
Well, we can't turn the ball over. Last year in here we turned it over 16 in the first half and only 2 in the second. So after we settled down, after we, you know, started just playing the game, we were okay. But the first half we turned it over 16 times. I think we were down 12 at half. So we really put ourselves in a tough spot going into the second half. The second half was much, much better. So we got to value the ball. We got to be strong with the ball, and we got to really focus on our movement. We can't be a team that stands. This team's so good defensively that if we stand, it's going to be hard for us to even get shot attempts.
Moses only had 2 shots in that game.
Got to get him more. Absolutely, and it's something that we've approached our team about. We have to post feed the ball, and we have to get him the ball. He's got to get touches, and then it's his job to recognize double teams. If he's doubled, he's got to find where the opening is and get it out. But right now we can't work on that because he's not getting the touches he needs, and he's got to get more touches, and I got to give him more minutes as well.
You need to do well on this trip for your tournament resume?
Oh, I think this is a huge trip. You know, we had some things going in the positive direction. That's how we talked to the team. I thought we took 3 steps forward. Hawaii, LMU, Notre Dame, 3 really good steps forward of what we did coming from Vegas. And then in my mind, we took 2 or 3 steps back against Belmont. And so, as I told the guys, we're pretty much just right where we left in Vegas. And that's not where we wanted to be going into this trip, but that's reality. So now this trip, and, you know, as you mentioned, it's vital when it comes to non-conference. When it comes to it has nothing to do with our conference, but it does have a lot to do with your non-conference resume and the things that you're trying to build towards. Not just resume, but just what you're building towards going into the Christmas break, knowing you only got 2 weeks left before conference starts. You got to prove yourself, and I think that's what this trip's going to be about. Yeah, I've been disappointed because our ball's just not moving. Obviously, Jay is doing a good job with assisting, but also part of that is not just Jay, but it's everybody. The ball's got to move. Sometimes it's the hockey assist. Sometimes I throw it to you so you can throw it to your teammate and you get the assist. But the ball's got to move. Like in our year we were 31-5. I think we had 5 or 6 guys that had 2.5 or more assists per game. The ball moved, and here we only got 1 guy that's over 2 assists a game, and that's not what we want. We got to have multiple guys getting assists because the ball's moving. And right now, I think the ball sticks a lot, and it's not going in-out. And when the ball doesn't go in-out, teams just continue to press up on you, and that's the worry against Cincinnati. If we don't get the ball to the baseline, we don't get the ball to the paint, they're going to make things really, really difficult on us. So that ball's got to get moving, and it's got to get going inside out to get the shots that we want to get.
You talked about maybe changing, or not changing, but the workload being heavy for the guys going to last game. Are you thinking of maybe lighting the practice mode or changing things up?
Well, we went awfully hard today, really hard today, because I think we need it. I didn't like our toughness after watching the tape. I didn't like our effort or toughness. So they've got to learn that. And I think sometimes that's what young players struggle learning the most is the difference in good and great. You know, I think today with all the things that they have, you know, the game's gone global. You got personal trainers now. You got strength coaches now. There's so many ways to be good, but becoming great is still as hard as it's ever been, if not harder. And I think that's what our guys have got to learn, the difference of just being good and being great. And I think you become great when you think more about your teammate than you think about yourself. And how can I make my teammate better? That's one of the ways I can become great. Working harder at my trait on my own, that's a way I can become great. So these are things that I want these guys to understand and know. So it's my job to not just try to push the right buttons, but be honest with them and truthful. That it's not maybe what they want to hear at times or what they want to do at times, but if they want to be great, this is what you got to hear and this is what you got to do.